It's on my Zoom, I think.
Done.
Fab, we're recording. Okay, so we are recording. Welcome to night 2 of the networking bootcamp. Hopefully you enjoyed last night, and we did tease what we had coming tonight. I hope you got a pen. I hope you got a paper, because literally we've got a list for you. And even if you do these things tonight, I want you to write the list down for me, because at the end we're going to give you some action to actually take away. So tonight's very practical. Everything we're going to give you is literally practical tips to now actually go and network. And we're going to go through a whole range of different things that work for us. And then we are going to hopefully, as I say, give you some practical guide, like things to do right at the end. So lots of things that we spoke about last night, honestly, the do's and don'ts, how to network, how not to network. We talked about Spamela Pamela. Just to give you a quick recap, if you've not recapped and you've not caught up on last night's training, then don't panic. It's there. Sorry, I just need to turn the heating off because I'm going to be sweating like anything. If you haven't caught up on last night's training, it's available. It will go onto YouTube. It will be on my YouTube. I'm going to try and encourage Tan to put it on YouTube as well at the end of this and start a YouTube channel. What a great opportunity to do it. So she's going to do it because I'm going to make her. She hasn't got a choice. And because I'm horrible like that. So this will be accessible for you at any time. So don't panic. If you haven't got pen and paper, don't panic. But so we're going to give you, I think, in the region of about 12 different ways, maybe a few more, that you can network and you can grow your customer base and you can meet new people tonight. Now, as we go through, you might be thinking, oh yeah, I already do that. But as I say, at the end, I'm going to give you like what I want you to do with this list. Okay. And I'm going to do this with you, and I'm sure Tan's going to do it as well. We're going to do it with you, and we're going to trial it and see what impact it has on our businesses. So the first thing that I did talk about quite a lot last night is about having a referral program set up. Now, some people call them referral schemes. I don't really like the word scheme because I think it sounds like you're doing something naughty that you shouldn't be doing. So referral program, referral system, referral scheme, whatever you want to call it. Now, these referrals are absolutely pinnacle to my business. I honestly think that I have hit Superstar Director through referrals. It literally is as simple as that. Now, it really builds back to building those relationships that we talked about last night, building those relationships, building those connections with your customers, where you feel brave enough to go to your best customers and ask them to refer you some people. Now, I know lots of people were saying, oh, my friends and family won't refer me, and you know, like they've got my friends and family have already got, their friends have already got consultants. But you've got to remember, like Tan said last night, everyone's got a list of about 150 people they know. There will be someone that they can think of, but sometimes you've got to dangle the carrot to make them want to do it. So things that have worked for me, I have made before. I'm just going to grab one because I've got one half made up. So this, for example, is a very quick and easy. This one is an old one and actually needs throwing away, but it's a one from Christmas that's still sitting in my pack down there. I should have grabbed one, but all it's got in it is a load of samples. You can see literally a load of samples. They're getting slivers, and you can see these are very small samples. They're not like big chunky ones. And then they're getting a free product. And then in here, I normally stick a little postcard that looks like these. Bought them on Amazon. They were $6.99 or $8.99 for like 100, something like that. And on the back, I write something very simple that says, thank you so much for referring Lorraine to me. She has ordered some Scentsy. She's absolutely loving her Scentsy already. I appreciate you so much for doing that. Here is something on me to say thank you. I put it in that. I take a picture of it. I put that on my page. Now, obviously, we can't tell people, you know, when we're doing giveaways, you can't say what you're giving away. But I literally put a picture of this. It will look like this. Obviously, I'll make it a bit prettier. It's not going to have skanky wax in it like this one has. But I put a picture like this and I say, and I tag my customer. Let's say it's Jan, for example. I tag her and say, thanks so much for referring Lorraine Jan. Here's your referral packet that's on its way to you. Hope you enjoy your freebies from me. So simple. So simple, but so effective. This creates something called FOMO. Okay, if you've never heard of FOMO, it's the fear of missing out, the fear of, oh, what's in that pack? Hold on a minute, I can refer somebody. I want to get a freebie. I can refer a friend. They start to go down their phone list. They start to think about who can they refer to you. One of my best customers today, I stood on her doorstep. She was like, my sister wants to buy from you. She wants a Walmart in every single room of her house. She's got loads of money. She's literally absolutely hooked. She gave her a shed load of Scentsy for her birthday. Literally, I think she gave her a mini warmer, a flower, loads of wax. So I can't remember what else, loads of stuff, because she's got so much where she buys quite a lot from me. And she gave her that all for her birthday and got her completely hooked. And she was like, right, she's going to buy from you. Now, this particular customer, she's referred me so many people. I've given her half price items. When I've got, £100 worth of free credit, I literally will message her and be like, I've got all this free credit. Look, I'd love to give you £20 in free credit. What would you like? And I do it on a whim. I literally do it like right there and then. I'm like, come on, Jan, tell me what you'd like, because I want to say thank you. I want to give back to you. But I don't just do that in her inbox. I let other people know that she's getting something because she's referred me. Okay, she's referred me on. I also, within that referral, I make a decision on what I can give away. Now, if you're brand spanking new to Scentsy, then you might not want to be giving away loads and loads and loads of wax, or, you might not have loads of free credits to give away. You might not have half price items to give away. So you need to, is it really bad signal? Have I got a really bad signal? Someone else is saying yes. No? Tan, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, someone said it's breaking up. So sorry, completely lost my train of thought. Make sure that you're creating that FOMO, okay? Let people know. Make sure you've decided, write it down and decide, what are you going to give away? If you're going to do that. If you can't afford to give away products, then, as I say, make it a glorified sample pack. You just need to send them samples in the post. There's another consultant that's a star director that I used to follow quite a lot. And every time somebody ordered with her, she just sent them a thank you post in the pack. Every time someone referred her, she sent them a bumper thank you pack. And I remember thinking, my God, that's such a good idea. And as soon as but you've got to let your customers know it's available. If, for example, you then ask them to post that on your customer group, you ask them to tag you on that on your personal page, straight away, their friends and family are going to see it. Oh, you got that for free. How did you get that for free? What do you mean? What do you mean they sent you a scent pack for free that's worth £8.50? What? How? Like, how's she done that? It's creating that FOMO. People will become interested because loads of people want freebies. Loads of people want a bargain. So give them the opportunity to get the bargain if they refer you. Now, I had these made up ages ago, but I don't use them as much anymore. These are literally like business cards. I made these on PicMonkey, really, really simple to do. On the front, hold on, where's the camera on this? There. They say refer a friend, so they're not very clear, and receive freebies. And then it's got my picture. And then on the back, it's got a little bit that says how it works. The writing came out too small on these. I got loads of them printed with banana print. It's like 30 quid to get something like 1,000 printed. It's really, really cheap. It says refer a friend and they order, bag yourself a free bar of wax of your choice. Refer somebody to host to have a party, receive 10% off any order. Or you could do the half price perpetual reward that actually is in your catalogue advertised as that. And if you've not seen that, go and check out your catalogue and go and read what the perpetual reward is. Or refer a friend and they join and they place an order over £245 and receive £30 of free credit to spend with me. So I used to put these in every single order. It does work if you want something to go in their orders so that they can see, and I put it in every order no matter what. What I ended up then starting doing was I just made it more prevalent, and I made it more out there for people so they could see, like, to my customers. I actually messaged on my WhatsApp broadcast and said, I know that you might not need anything right now, but how about referring a friend? If you refer a friend, this is what you can get. These are my packs. Or I would send a picture of them to my broadcast, say, oh, these are my refer a friend packs. Do you want to bag yourself one? Send me someone's details who's interested in Scentsy. I'll send them a sample pack, or I'll send them some, whatever you want to do. But you need to have some sort of referral program in place. So if you haven't got one, your homework is to go and set yourself up a referral program. Then your second part of the homework is to actually go and make people aware of it. You can't put compliance, you can't put on your page If you refer a friend, I will give you a free mini warmer. We can't do that because we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to say what we're actually giving away. In a private message, you can say that. In a Zoom broadcast, you can say that. In an email, you can say that. So, get it out there to your customers, work out what's the way that you're going to do that. Okay. So that's referral systems. If you've got any questions as I go on, obviously, say, make sure that your referral system, as I say, works in your budget. I've been doing this 3 years now. I have a lot of parties where I build up a lot of credit, which means, when I've got people that order over and over and over again with me, or they refer someone over and over and over again and they don't want to join, then some of them I give mini fans, for example. I think they're a brilliant little gift to give to people. Do you only give freebies in person? If the person they refer by, I was just thinking of a scenario, if they give names. Yeah, sometimes, Bianca, I've actually given, if they refer to me like 10 different people, and I've messaged all those people, then yeah, I'd probably throw them a free bar of wax, because I think it's really, they've done that. They didn't have to give all those names and numbers, but they have, whether those people don't necessarily buy from me, I would always reward it in some way, shape or form. I would try to. And how would you post this in your customer group? So in my customer group, I always put things like, don't forget, I've got a referral system. Ask me for more details. Don't forget, you could refer a friend and get a special message from me. Ask me for more details. There's ways of going about it where you're not actually, just don't say what you're actually giving away. Or you could do the opposite, where you say, want a free bar of wax? Ask me how. And then that way you can work it the opposite way. It's exactly the same as a personal special, where you give the product or the price. Basically, it's exactly the same thing. And no, Becky, I don't do flyers and I don't do posters. It's all, normally it'll be a picture of me holding a picture of this, or it'll be an actual picture of what I'm doing. I don't really do flyers, and I don't do posters. It's not something that works for me in my business. Okay, so other things. Referral systems, very similar. Friendship Friday. Now, I know that this was an idea that come from Kirsty England in my group, and I ran with it, and I know lots of other people have ran with it in our squad, and it's worked really, really well. On a Friday, I know Kirsty does it once a month. I did it twice a month, I think, at one point. I think I tried to do it every Friday for a little while, but I think the less is more with this, because it becomes a bit special. So with Friendship Friday, again, it's like a glorified sample pack that you make up, that's got all your details, everything's got your stickers, it's got, you can either do small box, big box, whatever you want to do, really. It can literally be presented how you like. And again, all it is on a Friday. Sometimes I would suggest to people, would you like to, and I do this in two ways. Would you like to send a friend a box for free from me that's going to have samples and it's going to have some treats in? Normally a tea bag goes in there, not just a tea bag, but like a little individual tea bag, some chocolate, a few little goodies to make them feel good. I normally put like a face mask in there, and then some samples, a catalogue, and then some literature that goes with it, saying your lovely friend Karen has referred you for a Friendship Friday box. I hope this makes you smile, and make sure you thank Karen, and feel free to add to my customer group. So I advertise those. I also do it in another way, where I say, where I offer them to do it as a freebie, or they can upgrade and they can pay £7.25 for it. So I cover the postage, and they can send a bar of wax to their friends. And so basically it'll be a Friendship Friday pack, but with a bar of wax in it. And they've gone down quite well as well, because obviously you're going to get PRV for those. So it's quite a nice way to say to people, look, offer these out to friends. If you've never had an uptake on them, I would suggest that maybe just try different ways of advertising them. Think about, look at, if last time you advertised it with a selfie, if that didn't work, maybe actually show the inside of the box, what it actually looks like, because people, make sure that you're actually direct messaging people about it and saying, look, this is what it comes with, this is what it's going to be in the box. Because sometimes I think people need to see it. I've had, in lockdown, we did happy bags, and I left those out the front of the house for people to walk past, take one of those. I know Laura Silkins had like 3 joiners off of the back of her happy bags, and she literally left like 20 bags, which had a few samples in and some goodies, all the join leaflets, like basically like a bumper sample pack with a bag with a big smile on it saying, please take one, I'm free. And she had 3 joiners off the back of that. Absolutely insane. But it does happen. So that's another great way. But obviously with things like that, you're not going to be getting any contact details. with anything, referral systems and with Friendship Friday, I always want to make sure that I get a telephone number. And why? Because it gives you someone to actually follow up with. It gives you, that opportunity to actually message them and say, I hope you like your box, or an email address. You just need some way, shape or form of contacting them. Don't give out these things without a way to contact them. And we will cover follow up as well within this. So that's Friendship Friday. I'm literally just ticking them off as I go. Okay, other things that work really well. A monthly drawing. Now, I did this a lot and I've stopped doing it and I've started doing it again this month. So I quite often say to my customers, I do two different types. One is if they share images of anything they've bought, any of their Scentsy in their homes, any of their Scentsy anywhere at all, they all get put into a drawer for some freebies. As soon as people realize that actually, I haven't actually got to buy something, I could just snap my Scentsy that's in my home. In my customer group, I've noticed that other people get involved in this, and all of a sudden you'll have someone that might take a picture of something. You think, oh, you didn't buy that from me. And then you message them and you get into a conversation with them. And quite often I've found that people have said, oh no, I got added to you. I haven't got a consultant anymore. And actually, just by them getting involved in that, taking a picture, snapping it on their on your customer group, they end up in your free draw. I tend to try, when I do any games or any free draws, I try, if I can, to make it that it's going to be someone that's going to get it that basically hasn't had Scentsy off me before, especially if I'm doing a game, because I think it's quite a good way to, give them that first try of Scentsy. And that sort of leads me on to monthly drawings. Now, like actual drawings, okay, this is a really American thing. It's an American concept. I haven't done this, but this is something I'm going to try. Now, normally I wouldn't train on things that I haven't tried, but I wanted to tell you about it because I've got two things I haven't tried that I want to tell you about, because some of you might be really, really confident people, or not, that actually want to talk to more people. And it might be, say, for example, you go into your local co-op or your Sainsbury's and the person that serves you, it's got the most amazing customer service, and you say to them, oh, you just drop it into conversation. Do you know what? I would love you to take part in a drawing that I'm doing. How it works is you fill your details in here, just your name and your contact details. I'm going to add you to a group, and it's all people that have never had Scentsy before, and you need to get their contact details. And even if you get 5 people, let's just say you do this with 5 people and they fill in that piece of paper, you say at some point, take a picture of it, send it to me. And if you do that, I will put you into my drawer and you will receive some free goodies from me. So if you know people, so Nikki's just said, I've recruited my Costa girl because she's got amazing customer service. Absolutely amazing. I went into, some of my team will remember this because I actually talked about this. I went into Curry's to buy a new Hoover, and the girl that was sold me a Dyson was so brilliant. I did try to recruit her. I literally said there and then, I think you'd be absolutely amazing. But I think she thought I wanted her to leave her job. That was obviously a really good job that she had at Curry's. I don't think she quite got where I was going with it, but I was like, I must go back to see her because her customer service. And she said, no, I'm not earning anything. I don't get any commission from Curry's whatsoever for standing here doing this. She said, I literally just give the details. And she upgraded me from like a £300 Dyson to a £600 Dyson. And I was like, I went to Mike, I've completely just been soused by that saleswoman. But I was like, she's really good. I said, she would be amazing at selling Scentsy. So I went back and I gave her a sample pack and I gave her my business card. I gave her all my details and sort of explained a little bit more. Look, I'm not trying to get you to leave your job. This is something you could do on the side. She didn't join, but for example, if I had said to her, come and join in my monthly drawing, it's really simple. Here you go. You're just going to fill in this card, put your contact details on it, send it to this number here. You need to design something probably like that you could give people. Here's my number, screenshot it to here, and you might be in with a chance of winning a free mini warmer, or you might be in with a chance of winning, £20 credit to spend on Scentsy, for example. It's an idea. If you really struggle, but you're happy to talk to people outside and you're happy to chat to strangers, do this. It will give you more people to talk to. It's just an idea. So that's the monthly drawings. I actually really like it and I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have to like pull up my big girl pants to do it. Because even though I'm confident at talking to people, it does make me a bit like, oh, can I do that? I can. So I'll give that a go. Okay. I've got a few more and then I'm going to pass over to Tan and stop talking. Right, I'm going to talk about social media a little bit. I have recently just done a training in the Scent Squad which is going to go on YouTube, and I'll share it with all the SSDs. We did a training the other night that literally was just on Instagram, and I just talked about how to get more followers on Instagram, how to get more interaction, how to build your customer base on Instagram, how to use hashtags. I'm just going to talk about some of those things tonight and about what I do and what I've done. My account that you now see, which is Wax Boss Lisa, or if you see on Instagram, that started off when I think I started Scentsy. I think I had about 500 followers, and it's got just coming up to sort of 3,000 now. I think I'm on 2.7, something like that. I've built that up. I've got a lot of Scentsy consultants that follow me, hands down. I know that I've got a lot of Scentsy consultants that follow me, but it doesn't matter, because they share stuff I do, and they share me as well, and you know, you get out there. But one of the things that is really important is using, for example, the right hashtags. Okay, really important. I will never put a post up that doesn't have a hashtag, and some people will say, I don't really know what hashtag does. If you hashtag, for example, hashtag Lisa Allwood, let's not do that, because there's nothing out there. But if you hashtag that, for example, and you clicked on it tonight, you will get nothing at all. I don't think there'll be there's not, I've never hashtagged myself, so you would not, it wouldn't take you to any pictures. If you hashtag Scentsy snapshot, for example, and then you click on that hashtag, it will take you to every picture that somebody has hashtagged with hashtag Scentsy snapshot. Oh my God, say that fast. It will take you there. So you need to make sure you use hashtags. Now, I went through how to do it. There's a hashtag app called oh God, what's it called? Did it on my training. Hold on, let me find it.
Hashtag expert.
Thanks. I mean, I couldn't remember what it was called. Hashtag expert. It basically creates the hashtags for you. You put in what you want it to surround. For example, if you're doing cleaning, you can put in cleaning, and it literally will generate hashtags for you, and then you can use those and put those onto your Scentsy story, on your stories, or not on your stories, on your posts, for example. What that then does, if anybody then searches cleaning, or for example, Hinch Army, for example, you will appear in their search. If they like your picture, they're more likely to click on you, then they're more likely to follow you. Instagram's really, really shallow. You get 15 seconds, no more than that. You literally 15 seconds for someone to look at your page. Are they going to follow you? They're going to read your bio. They're going to look at your profile picture, and they're also going to see what you're posting very briefly by literally a quick glance. If you don't draw people in, and you don't draw people in that first 15 seconds, they will scroll on by. So it's really important for you to use the right hashtags to draw people in. So that's something that is going to make your network grow. Okay, my network has grown from using different hashtags. Like I use mum of 3 boys, or mum of boys, hashtag mum life, quite a lot, because a lot of the stuff that I put on relates to my kids. I use hashtag cocker spaniels of Instagram, or Instacocker, or I can't remember what the other ones are, Cocker Spaniel UK, because again, people, when I put pictures of Dexter on, I get dog followers that literally will come and find me. And 30 hashtags per post is the magic number. You can't actually do any more than that. You can only do 30 at a time, and hashtag expert will give you, I think, 29 or 30. Just a few other things. When you are hashtagging, looking for things like, if you use TikTok or you use Reels, you want to try and get on the explore page. So hashtag explore, for example, will take you onto the big explore page. It basically just means a page where everybody can see that post that you put on, and you're more likely to get more people follow. One of my reels that had the hashtag explore last week had over 7,000 views, and just from that one reel, I had something like 25 new followers off the back of that reel. And that was just in one day. And I was thinking, God, if I actually did like 3 or 4 of those a day, that's going to be like 100 new followers a day. And they weren't all Scentsy consultants. They were people that had obviously quickly looked at my profile, and they decided to follow because they liked the cleaning post, or they liked the lifestyle post I put on. When you're looking at your social media, to get out there, I'm not going to go too much in depth with social media. To get yourself out there and to get yourself networking, just don't make it all about Scentsy. Every post, if every single post is buy this warmer for £61, buy this wax bar for £7.25, I know, for example, unless I was on something like InStyle or a Zara app, they're the only apps that I want to be sold to, really. Like small businesses, I want to be drawn in for someone's lifestyle. I want to be drawn in because something that you do really interests me. And then that is going to make me sell. That's going to make me follow you. That's going to make me refer you to a friend. That's going to make me share one of your posts and go, oh my God, like today, I shared, I thought it was really funny. It was a girl, it was a story, like a PT story. And she, sorry if there's anybody that's juice plus on here, I'll probably offend a few people, but she was basically saying no to juice diets. And I shared it off of her story, her main grid on my story, because I was like, oh my God, I resonate with that so much. Now, if she'd have been selling a diet program straight away, I'm now checking out her Instagram, seeing what else is on her grid, because I was like, that one story drew me in, or that one post drew me in. So make sure that what you're putting on your social media draws people in, because that is really important with networking. Basically, you need to use social media to network with people. Now, this is a top tip for just before you go to bed, when you sit on that sofa at 9 o'clock and you go to watch your Netflix, go onto Instagram, go onto Facebook, go and comment on people's posts, go and like people's posts, it's 5 comments, 5 likes. Go and find 5 different posts of theirs and like all 5, comment on 2 of them. And then more than likely they will do the same back to you, and hopefully they will follow. And that's how Instagram and Facebook works. You need to be social with people. They're not just going to follow you just because. It's hard work. It's not easy. It's not easy. Do you show the same post on Insta that makes you go to Facebook? I have the 2 linked, but I have different content that goes on both. I don't share everything on Instagram onto Facebook because I want people to follow me on both platforms, if that makes sense, which is really important. I feel like I'm getting a bit off the subject, and I'm now starting to talk quite a lot about social media. One of the things that I'm doing at the moment to network a little bit more, and I'm really excited about this, is finding influencers. Okay, so I have messaged a girl who, her other half was on Love Island, actually. She's got 61,000 followers. So I went for someone that's not got like 300,000 followers or millions of followers. 61,000 followers. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to message her. I see in one of her stories that she had, I think she'd sold a Lumi Spa. I think she had sold that previously. And I thought, that means she's got a few links into network marketing. And I inboxed her. Now, this could be seen as a bit spammy pammy, but she's an influencer. She's not just another mum that's got 500 followers or 2,000 followers like me. She's an influencer. She's sharing products. She's sharing like codes and stuff like that everywhere. So I inboxed her and said, hey, I said, you probably get messages like this all the time. Please feel free to like tell me to ignore you. But I've just seen on your story, you're moving into a new house. So I made it, I've listened. I've seen what's going on in her life. I said, look, I would love to send you some goodies for your new home. Is Scentsy, have you ever tried it before? And she come back to me and she said, no, I've never tried Scentsy before. Actually, I've just had a look on your page. I absolutely love some of the plugins. I would love that. It'd be amazing. She's sent me her address. I'm actually going to send her like a huge bumper packet of, I'm going to be like, right, I've got a warmer. I've got like this, because I want her to share on my stories. I'm going to get conversation going with her, and hopefully we're going to build that conversation going back and forth. We know she's going to love the product because we love the product so much, and hopefully she's then going to share that on her stories. If she shares that on her stories, I'm also going to give her a party link, and I might even give her customers a discount code, like 10% off or something like that. If I do that with a bit of luck, hopefully that's going to open me up for people to follow. And hopefully people are going to be like, oh, do you know what? Oh, I'll order that because she's ordered that. They get FOMO. So if you can do that, reach out to some influencers, okay? Just be careful how you're doing it. Make sure it doesn't look spammy pammy. I know that I feel like I'm giving you like one night I'm going, don't be spam pam. And another night I'm telling you to look at influencers. But as I say, she's got 61,000 followers. It's not somebody that, you know, if you give out freebies to someone that's maybe got 500 followers, only 500 people are going to see that. That's what you've got to think. If she shares that on her social media, possibly 61,000 people could see that. So think of it that way. Social question, do you only have a personal one? Yeah, I've only got one Instagram. I'll share the live. I did the difference between my old Instagram, which was my wax Scentsy one, and my one I've got now, and you can see the difference between the two. It's actually probably a really good training thing. Okay, last two from Edhan, and then I'm coming to you. Sorry, I feel like I'm like this tonight. We should have done one each. Okay, product testers. I've seen that Andrea's on here, and she started off being somebody that volunteered to be a product tester for me in my customer group. So I did a post in my customer group. I put it on my stories. I put it on my personal Facebook. Use your personal Facebook, okay? It's okay to post on there once in a blue moon about Scentsy. I literally put on there, I'm looking for some product testers. Would anybody like to be one? And I decided on my parameters before I set out on that. Now, my parameters were inbox only, but I offered people, if they bought the product, so for example, say they bought 3 waxes, ideally I wanted them to be looking at things like washer whiffs or body products, things that I don't necessarily sell loads of. So for example, like bath soap, let's say somebody decided, I want to try bath soap. So you say to them, okay, how it works is you buy the bath soap off me, 10% off. But to get that 10% off, I need you to do a review. It's going to go on your personal profile. It's going to go on here. It's going to go on here. You will post about it for X amount of days, but I will give you 10% off that product. If they absolutely love the product and they review and friends buy the product, I will give you the same product for free using my free credits. Now, that was my own product testers. Okay, that was what I did for product testers. Lots of people might look at that and go, well, I can't do that. I haven't got enough credits to do that. Again, it's a case of you working out something that works for you and your business. Don't do this because I've said to you to do it and then be in a position where you're like, well, I can't give away the freebies and I've now offered all the freebies. Only offer what you can afford to do. But come up with some sort of product testing. You know, you could have 5 people in your customer group. I do this with my Scent of the Month club. They're all in a WhatsApp group and they go and they put reviews of the Scent of the Month on their personal profile. I get them to do it on their Insta stories. I get them to do it on everywhere, basically everywhere, and they tag me in it. I don't always have that tag that goes straight onto my personal profile, but their friends will all see it and they can basically then, you know, view that, and hopefully that encourages people to buy. Since doing this month, I've sold something like 15 bars of Scent of the Month without even trying. And that's been because of my product testers. My product testers have posted pictures saying how much they love it, how much they love the product. And they comment under whenever I posted a picture of it, they're all commenting underneath it going, I love this wax, I love this wax, I love this wax, because they're part of my Scent of the Month club. And that's what I've asked them to do. And that definitely has created FOMO and it's created more people that want to buy. Okay, last one from me, fundraisers. Okay, if you are struggling for PRV and you are struggling to grow your network, fundraiser is like a must do. I've done a few fundraisers, but not like I'm going to explain to you. This is something I'm working on at the moment. So again, there's a training that links to this and I will share it with everybody. So you'll all be able to watch it, because I watched it and I was like, oh my God, this is gold, absolute gold. So for example, my son Harry plays football for a football team, and sometimes we want to raise money for his football team. So how I could do that is by doing a Scentsy fundraiser. How it works is I'm going to create 10 envelopes for the 10 mums that are in the team. And in those envelopes, I'm going to put a couple of order forms. I'm going to put a couple of catalogues. I'm going to put a free scent circle because I'm nice, and maybe a few slivers of wax, just because, just like to give them a few bits. I'm going to put some instructions on the outside of the envelope that shows them what to do. And then on the back of the envelope, like a big order form where they can write everybody's names down. And on that, I'm going to tell them that if you collect in £245 worth of orders, you can get for your son a free buddy clip for their school bag and a bar of wax. If you collect, it's going to come to roughly £24. Yeah, your free credit. If you collect £400 worth of orders, you're going to get a mini warmer, a buddy clip, and a free bar of wax. If you get over £600 worth of orders, you get where I'm going with this. Basically, I'm going to give them, like, you know, or they can have that amount in free credit to spend on Scentsy. But I think sometimes they need to see product to be like, yeah. You could also include things like a gift voucher for Costa or Amazon or something like that if you wanted something more tangible in there to draw them in, not just Scentsy. I'm going to give those to all the 10 mums, and I'm going to say, right, you've got 2 weeks to basically use the catalogue, sell as much as you can from the catalogue, see how many orders that you can bring in. If every single one of those mums brings in £100 worth of orders on an order form, and even if that's in scent circles or just wax bars or anything, that's going to give you £1,000 worth of orders by the end of the month. Okay, finding 10 people. Now, it might be that your kids go to preschool and they want to do preschool. Your preschool want to raise money. It might be that your kids go to Cubs, or they go to Brownies or Guides and they want to raise money. Maybe they go to gymnastics and it's an independent gymnastics school or dance school. Speak to the people that run these places and say, look, what would a little bit of fundraising do for you? Now, what you would then do, they're going to get, obviously, you've got £1,000 worth of sales. You're going to donate your commission to them. So it's not going to be money in your pocket, but you're going to donate their commission. Now, Scentsy is all about generosity, all about authenticity, giving back. So you give them your commission. They're going to be happy because they can then go and buy, I don't know, 250 quid's worth of footballs or whatever you want. However much the commission comes in at, even if it's 80 quid, something's better than nothing. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have order forms that are going to be filled out with contact details on for all of those different people that have had a wax bar, or they've had scent circles, or maybe they had a warmer. And what are you going to do? You're going to follow up with them. You're going to build a relationship with them. You're going to invite them to your customer group. Now, some of those people might say, oh, I've already got a consultant, but I just bought to help out with the not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. I'm here if you ever want to come back to me, you've got my number. But there will be some people in there that have got absolutely no Scentsy contacts at all, that wouldn't even have ever had Scentsy before. So a fundraiser is a great way for you to give back. Fundraisers aren't all about you getting money in your pocket. Fundraisers are about you networking. Okay, giving back, Scentsy core value. Let's all give back. I love to give back. I love doing anything that's for charity. Give back a little bit more. And then reaching out to all of those people's networks and then what are you doing? All you're having to do is answer a few questions. Really, it should be your contact details that they have to give to basically make payment, because then you can have contact back and forth with that person, which I think makes things a lot easier. Now, as I say, I've got a training that's on this that Jen Audette did, which you can find. It's on YouTube. You can look up her YouTube channel, and she did it on fundraisers. She explains it beautifully. Apparently, there's a fundraisers Scentsy group. You can join that to get some inspiration for like the paperwork that all goes with it. I'm going to run it. When I do, I will share it, and I will share that particular group. But what a great way to network. If you can't grow your network, do a fundraiser, because there will be someone that will want to give to charity or to a cause. Okay, Tan, I'm done. I'm handing over to you now because I've spoke far too much. So I'm really sorry. Do you want to flick me back to host?
How do I do that? Where is that? More.
Click the three little dots at the top of your thing. And then it should say make Lisa forward host. Got it? Not a problem if not. I'll just press
Make
mute.
host. Yes.
Cool. Right, that's it. Right, let me mute myself. Handing over to you. Any questions, then I will answer in the chat.
Right, thanks, Lise. That was really, really good. I wrote a few things down there myself that I know about but don't necessarily do. So yeah, we're all on a learner tonight. So following on from Lisa's good examples on how to network, I'm just going to quickly briefly talk about sample packs. So these are my sample packs. They're nothing fancy, they're quite basic. I've got a catalogue in there. I make my own enjoy your samples little insert that goes in. I just explain a little bit about what's in there. So a bit of Scentsy soak, bit of wax, some washer whiffs. I give them 10% off for their first order, because hopefully when they receive this pack, if they want to order, they get 10% off. And then I also put a little bit of a personalised thing in about joining as well. In there, I put a scent circle, a few different wax samples, bit of bath soak and some washer whiffs, and a catalogue with my own stickers on. Now, when we do sampling, a lot of the time we can just send samples out and maybe not follow up. Following up is absolute key. When you want to grow your customer base, following up with people, I'm just going to change my view here. Following up with people is really, really, really important, because if you're sending sample packs and you're not following up, sometimes it can make the sample packs a little bit pointless, because you need to be messaging them people. I'm quite bad at offering people sample packs and then not sending them straight away. Me and Lisa were just having a conversation about this. I don't send them then straight away. If I offer people a sample pack and I haven't got any ready, I do that to myself sometimes, so that I make sure I'm going to go and make some sample packs, because if I don't offer them and I haven't got them made up, then I don't go and do them. So I offered someone a sample pack last week. I made one up today, but when I send it out to her tomorrow, I will let her know that I've sent it tomorrow. Then 2 days later, I will follow up with her and ask her if she's received it. If she tells me that she's received it, I will then leave them for another couple of days, then ask them what they thought of it. What did they think of the smells? What was their favourite smell and everything else? Following up, having them conversations from sample packs. Now, getting sample packs out is, I think, where people think, well, I don't know who to send sample packs to. Where do I, because I put it on my group and no one wants a sample pack. So you now have to go, literally everybody I come into contact with, I want them to have a sample pack, want them to have something from me so that they know this is what I do. I want everybody, if I got this through my door, I would be well chuffed. But when I think about it, I don't think I've ever actually been sent anything from any company like a sample pack. From all the different people that I follow on social media, the different people that follow me, I've never ever been offered anything like this. If I got something like this through my door, I would be well chuffed. But you need to be getting this into people's hands everywhere you go. So at the moment, I used to buy a lot from eBay. I used to be like eBay queen. I used to buy everything off of eBay. Then I ended up switching over to Amazon. I'm now Etsy. Etsy for me has been a real big difference in my business with connecting and speaking to new people. So you're buying stuff from people on Etsy. It doesn't just have to be Etsy. I'm just using Etsy as an example. But I make sure I'm having conversations with the people that I'm buying from. So if I'm buying something from them, Etsy has got a brilliant little platform where you can have one-to-one conversations with people. I would message the person that I bought from. I would ask them a question about the product that I'm buying, so that there's a reason for us to have a conversation. And I ask them if they've tried Scentsy. If they do something and they've helped me out, I'll go back to them and just say, like, I'd love to send you a free sample pack. Have you ever tried Scentsy? Some of them say no, they've never heard of it. Some say they've heard of it, they've never tried it. Some of them tell me they already buy it. But this is where at the moment I've been getting my sample packs out from, making sure people that I'm buying from, wherever it is, whether it's Marketplace on Facebook, whether it's Etsy, eBay, wherever I'm buying stuff from, I'm making sure I'm asking for their contact details to send them a sample pack. Also, in my group, I haven't actually done it, and I said this to Lisa tonight, I haven't actually done this yet, but it gave me an idea today. When new people get added into your customer group, on a Sunday evening, I normally welcome new people into my group on a laptop, not on my phone, because you can't do it on your phone. On a laptop, I welcome new people into my group, and it gives you like a little thing on your laptop that allows you to welcome anyone new into your group that week. It's got to be done on a Sunday, because then it steps back to 0 on a Monday. But you welcome all the new people into your group, and then I would message all of those people that I've welcomed and I've tagged and ask them if they'd like a free sample pack. I don't always get a response back. Sometimes I don't hear nothing back. They don't see my post and things like that. So actually now I'm going to ask the question, you know, when you invite people to your group, or people get invited to your group, for them to be accepted, they can answer questions. I'm actually going to put in there about asking if they would like a free sample pack. So they've actually got to answer that question to come into my group. And if people say yes, obviously I'm going to say to them, if you want a free sample pack, please pop me your address. I'm kind of hoping that's going to prompt people, because I actually don't think, I think Facebook has been a little bit sneaky lately, and they're making things more difficult for people to see your stuff. So I think if you're not friends with people, I don't think people are necessarily seeing your tags. So when it used to work really well for me, my welcome posts, they don't as much anymore. And I think that is due to actual Facebook making it more difficult. So yeah, I'm going to start putting questions into my group that when someone joins, I'm going to ask them straight away, do you want a free sample pack? I will be asking them if they've already got a consultant as well, because obviously if they've got a consultant, you don't want to be sending free sample packs to people who already buy Scentsy. Sample packs are for new people. So yeah, that's a little bit on sample packs and how I get them out. And obviously on Instagram and that as well, like Lisa was saying about the hashtags. I'm not great on Instagram. I've tried to up my game a little bit. I'm not fantastic with the hashtags. So that hashtag expert is going to be really good for me. But if you're doing something like sample packs and you're advertising them, whether it's, you know, on your stories or on your grid, I think, Lisa, I got from what you were saying, you can't use that hashtag expert on your stories. Is that right? No. I could tell from your face she said no.
Sorry, I forgot I was mute. I was like, oh no. No, you can't use it on your there's no point, because what it does is you go in it says generate, and then you literally, it will copy and paste them for you, and then all you need to do is just copy them over onto your actual post. It gives you the little dots as well, the hashtag expert.
Oh, okay.
Really clever, and I love the little dots. Obviously,
I like the dots. I've started doing the dots myself, but yeah, no, that's good.
It just makes your post look a bit more presentable, I suppose.
Yeah, oh, it definitely does, because I've started doing it myself because I've seen other people's. But yeah, so that hashtag expert is going to be perfect for me, because I never really know what to hashtag. Someone else mentioned about spellings. I'm not very good at spelling. I'm not very good at English at all.
Every time and an ANS. That's yes. I don't even change it anymore. I'm like, oh, do you know what?
Oh, it is what it is.
No.
So yeah, that hashtag expert is actually going to be really good for me. But now when I'm going to be advertising my sample packs, I know now I'm going to go into that hashtag expert and I will be making sure I've got the right hashtags for my sample packs. Polls on your stories, polls on your customer group, all of these different things. Who would like a free sample pack on your actual Facebook? Like Lisa said earlier, don't be scared to use your own personal Facebook. Not too much, but you know, you can use your own personal Facebook for a little bit of Scentsy. It's okay, especially if you're offering freebies. People love it. Also, going on from samples, kind of leading into professionals. So when I say professionals, I mean people like your nail lady, your Botox lady, your wax lady, your dog groomer, whoever it is. But it can also be men as well. So for instance, builders that come into your house, anyone that's coming to do any type of work. And I get a lot of deliveries here because Matt does, my husband does fencing, and he does gritting in the winter as well. So I have loads of deliveries come here for salt, and the man that delivers the salt, his wife, I don't know how we got talking about it, but his wife grooms dogs, and he took a sample pack and she buys from me. So that was just a man that was delivering salt at my door. I make sure gets in everybody's hands that I come into contact with. I try to make sure, obviously not absolutely everybody, but I try to make sure this gets in as many people's hands as possible. And that is by just literally talking about what I do, wearing my jumpers that I wear all the time, that I've got Scentsy on. People ask what it is. Sorry, my son's on Fortnite. And yeah, also with Matt's job that he does a lot of, especially of weekends, he does a lot of work in people's houses, doing back garden fences on the weekends. And now, as a gift to the person that he's doing the work for, I gift them a mini warmer. Sometimes I'll gift them a fragrance flower, just whatever I've got here that I've had from my own credits and whatever else. And as Lisa said earlier, you can only do what you can afford to do. It may be that you can give a free scent circle to people. It may be you can give a free scent pack, whatever it is that works for you. But I give them a free mini warmer. I do make sure that he asks the question of have they got Scentsy, because obviously I don't want to be giving free stuff to people who already buy it and tread on anybody else's toes and everything else. So
Matt does this, by the way.
I know, and it's when you were saying about Michael last night, Matt and Michael were very, very similar about when we both joined Scentsy, or a little bit skeptical about it, wasn't really sure what it was all about. To be fair, neither was I, but it was a little bit like, yeah, whatever, whatever it is that you're doing. And it wasn't really until I think it was said last night, we went on our first incentive, and that was the game changer. And now Matt does these kind of things. If you know my husband and you know what he was like, he's quite quiet. He's not really, you know, chitty chatty. So the fact that he does that is a really big deal, because, you know, you've got to mention it. You've got to talk about Scentsy, and he does. That's another way. And again, that going into someone else's going into someone else's house. Sorry, is my connection bad? Because it's just come up, my connection's unstable.
You dropped, but you're fine now. You're back.
Okay. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
You said about jumpers. You was or where? No, going in someone's house.
Oh God. No, it's completely lost. It's the only thing, when messages pop up, boom, my brain's so flat. Yeah, it literally is. Another thing I was going to talk about was when you go to places like spa days. So I think I've said this a few times. Everyone that I come into contact with, I want them to know that I sell Scentsy. If I haven't got a Scentsy jumper on, I need to make sure somewhere along the line I let them know what I'm doing. And one day I went to the spa, went on for my birthday. Claire and I went to the spa, and obviously I didn't have anything Scentsy on, because I haven't actually got a bikini that says Scentsy on. And we got talking while she was doing my massage. Actually, we spoke the whole way through my massage. It was a little bit of a random massage, but we got talking. I made sure, obviously the conversation was having about Scentsy. She's like, oh, it sounds fantastic, blah blah blah. I made sure she added me on social media there and then. I made sure the contact details were there, so we could have had this whole conversation about Scentsy. And then if I'd have just left there, I didn't know her name. She wouldn't have probably followed me if I just gave her a bit of paper or anything like that. She actually got her phone out, added me on Facebook. She actually ended up joining my team as well. Everyone you come into contact with, some way or another, try and drop in about Scentsy. Obviously not just if you're talking about something random, but generally you can drop Scentsy into that conversation. Everyone you come into contact with, you need to be thinking, how can I let this person know that I sell Scentsy? One, so they can ask what it is that Scentsy is if they don't know what it is. Two, it gives you a way to have a conversation about it. It's really important that you are thinking all the time, having your Scentsy goggles on. That's the word I was looking for, Scentsy goggles. Have your Scentsy goggles on all the time. Another thing that I do, and this has been gold for me lately, absolute gold. Claire and I done a program, some of you would have done it, it was called School of Wax. And I said about going to join groups that have, sorry, my dog is trying to get out the door because he needs to go to the toilet. I joined groups that mean something to you, that you have an interest in. Is there any groups that you're in, or is there anything you can think of? So I'm just trying to think of something off the top of my head. What, sorry?
Dogs.
Yeah, so Lisa, for example, she's on her breed of dog. I'm on a boxer dog page. I'm in one in America and I'm on one in the UK. And they are brilliant pages because you are interacting with people that you actually have a common interest about. Of course, most of these groups that you join, you're not allowed to sell. Okay, you're not allowed to sell. Most of these groups that you join, you're not allowed to sell stuff. You're not allowed to share links and everything else. You have to be a little bit clever about what you're posting, how you're posting it, and what things it is that you are doing. So, say for example, if you're on a dog page, someone says about, oh, my dog stinks, he's rolled in fox poo, like Lisa's dog rolls in fox poo all the time. He's rolled in fox poo. Bang, straight away, you need this in your life. Picture of, Scentsy dog spray or the dog shampoo, whatever it is. That is the way on most of these groups that you can actually advertise. So I'm in a group that I put pictures on of my house. So this is like a home group. People want to see pictures of your kitchen. They want to see pictures of your lounge. They want to see pictures of your bedroom. It is brilliant because I can post. I've got pictures saved on my phone. I don't take them all the time. I've used the same picture all the time on posts, and all I do is put a picture up in my kitchen and you can see 2 mini warmers, 1 a barley and 2 a pineapple. Most people comment on the barley. I'm not saying anything about Scentsy. I'm not trying to sell a product. I'm not doing anything salesy. I'm just putting a picture up and saying, this is my kitchen. I put that picture up, and or every time I put that picture up, whatever post I'm on, someone will comment, what is that in the background? What is that barley thing in your plug? Or not barley, they don't call it barley, they call it Buddha head. What is that Buddha head in the background? Or I want one of those. So I'm then allowed to elaborate on what it is, because I haven't tried to sell it. Someone has asked me. A lot of people go, where did you get that? And I'm like, me, I sell them. And then people are like, oh, what is it? I'll try not to have too much conversation on the group, because I did actually get barred for 28 days last time. I did get barred for 28 days. It's so frustrating because I could see posts, but I couldn't comment on them. And I was missing out on posting a lot of my pictures. So I won't make sure I won't do that again. But it was because I ended up sharing my, I think I shared my website, because another Scentsy consultant jumped on and she's like, well, I sell Scentsy. I was like, hold on a minute. No. This is my post. This is, no, get off. So I then shared my stuff and I got banned for 28 days. So basically I'm saying, go and join groups that mean things to you. Go and join groups that you can build relationships with other people about stuff. Go and join groups where you can share pictures of your home or share pictures of your dog, and you know, take a picture of you and your dog with your warmer in the background. People will go, what is that? Oh, I love that. What is that? People will comment, because people love anything sparkly and distracting in the background. People are nosy. They love looking in the background of people's pictures. I do it all the time. Oh, what is that? Look in people's backgrounds, or try and see actually if people have already got Scentsy. But
I might put that behind my Peloton purely for that reason, so that when I post, so I've got a Peloton, haven't I?
Yeah.
And I made my buddy shelf up there so that I can put Scentsy behind it, so that when I take my selfie on the Peloton that I post in the group, because you're not allowed to sell in any of the groups.
Yeah.
That I can do it, because I did it the other day and someone said, oh, I thought that was you, Lisa Allwood. I sort of recognised the office, and I was like, see, people are watching the whole time.
Yeah, all the time.
Subliminal, isn't it? Subliminal messages to people.
Yeah, exactly that. You're not actually, you know, purposely saying, look, I sell this is Scentsy, but people literally will look at what is in your photos. Obviously, you know, I mean, I've got like a load of mess behind me right now. I've got like all my sample stuff out. I've got some orders there. So I wouldn't take a picture like this. I would purposely make sure that that was tidy. And like, you know, if you've got your hair done, it's no different when we say about going into your customer groups and, you know, when you want to take photos of you with waxes, go and change your top a couple of times. If you've got your hair done and your makeup's done nice, and go and, you know, it's exactly the same as that. Take photos that you know you can use on groups. Take photos with your dog. Take photos. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to have to let my dog out. Hold on.
I love all these groups. The groups, definitely, you just need to find something that's relevant to you. I think the most important thing is, don't go and join a group just because you think, oh, that person had really good success in a home. If you've not got a clean and tight home, don't join those groups. Join something that's relevant in your life. Like, I would never go and join. I'd love to join when my kitchen's finished. I will go in some of those home groups and be like, oh, look at my kitchen.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Not happening.
Yeah, if that doesn't fit you, and obviously some people say, oh my God, you wouldn't want to look in my house. That's fine. Don't do that. You go and join whatever breed of dog you've got, or a cat group, or, you know, I don't know, whatever pets you've got. I'm just thinking of things. A what?
The messy house group. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
If you love
exactly
that.
You know, anything that you, look, house renovation groups, exactly, all of these different things, but it's got to be something that relates to you. There's no point me going to join a Cocker Spaniel group. I ain't got a Cocker Spaniel, so what would I be doing in there? I've got nothing in common with anybody. Whereas Boxer, I've got a boxer dog, and the amount of things people put up, and I'm like, oh my God, my dog does the same, Todd does the same, he's exactly the same. And we call him Todd the Sod. He is an absolute sod, but it is the breed, because I see that on the groups, and it's really good way of interacting with people, and you can throw Scentsy in there as well. Obviously.
Do boxers eat whole raw chickens like yours did?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Or whole cheese?
I've not seen that one yet. I might put that in there actually. And my dog actually nearly choked himself on a whole block of cheese. Like, he's 11, so he's quite old for a boxer, and he nicked a block of cheese off it was actually square in his throat like this. Oh, don't. Anyway, going off the topic. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Building up relationships with people online based on common interests. It's worked for me. I've got one of my new girls, Lauren. I met her on this DIY page that I'm on. She literally saw my post. A few people commented and said, "What is that thing that you've got in your plug?" I said, "Oh, it's a warmer. How do I get one of those?" I said, "I sell them." Next thing, Lauren literally wrote, "I want to join." I was like, "Oh, okay." And she did. She literally joined there and then. So I've actually got joiners from these posts. I've got new customers. I've got customers in Leeds. I don't really have many customers that are in different areas. So this is getting me reaching out to all different places all over the country, not just the area that I'm in. So I'm loving it. This is my new little thing. Like Lisa said, when you go through your phone and you comment on people's stuff on Facebook, I actually go into my group and I go in there and I just put my pictures on people's posts when they've been asking for whatever it is they're asking. I'm like, I've got a photo of that, a little bit of Scentsy in the background, on it goes.
And
so yeah,
said, I've got no idea what sort of groups that don't have kids or animals, but think of something that you're interested in, whether it's music,
something you're interested in. So I've joined like Netflix groups, right? I'm a massive Netflix fan. Oh, that's a mouthful. I'm a massive Netflix fan. I watch, all the different series. I'm in a Netflix group. If you're into Netflix and you're into series and people are asking stuff, you can then put a warmer by your TV, take a photo of whatever series it is that you're just about to start watching. Bang, you're not advertising Scentsy, you're putting a picture up of the program you're watching. Let's say it was Bridgerton. I'm just about to start watching this. What's everybody think of it? People are going to say to you, what is that warmer? So it can just be anything that you have got in. You can really think deep into what it is. So when I was doing this before, people laughed at me, but I've always wanted to go whitewater rafting. Always wanted to go whitewater rafting. I joined a whitewater rafting group. I love gorillas. I joined a gorilla group. I've got to be honest, I don't actually go in them groups because they're not something that I talk about all the time or do daily or think about all the time. So maybe not too deep, but think about something that you do every day. What do you do every day? Cleaning? All right, maybe not everyone does cleaning every day, but you know what I mean? Think of things that you come across every day. Doesn't have to be kid related. Shout at your kids. Yeah, I do that. I'm pretty sure there is a shout. Yeah, Costa group. Exactly. Claire and I go Costa every day, like literally every morning. Every morning I wake up and I'm not having a Costa today. Then I see Claire and I'm literally going, we're going Costa. We're going to get a Costa. Every day we can get a Costa. So
and
yeah, Costa
right,
group.
You can't think of a group, right? Here's a big tip. Start your own one. Start a group that's got something that's relevant to you. Share it on your Facebook and be like, I've just joined this group. I started a healthy eating group that started off as something called Yummy Mummy Eats Clean. And it was just literally blogging what I was eating.
Yeah.
And that page, it started off as a page, and that particular page has now got 4,000 people on it. It's not actually an active page anymore. But that page ended up with 4,000 people following that page.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that was something I started myself. If you're really good at cooking, or there's a group
exactly. Cooking, that's another good one. Cooking's a good one. Or any particular sport that you're into, any particular team that you follow, anywhere that you can think there is photo opportunities that you can take photos of. You're cooking with your stuff in the background, anything that you can take a photo of, and there can be Scentsy somewhere in the background. I've just realised the time, so I'm just going to quickly go over to, I've only got one more thing to talk about, and I'll try not to elaborate too much, but parties. Now, Scentsy Parties, I know a lot of you that are watching have probably actually never done a face-to-face Scentsy party because we've not been allowed. My last party I done was last February 2020. It's the last time I done a house party. I used to try and do, maybe 2 or 3 a month. Sometimes it'd be more, sometimes less. I really, really miss partying. I really do. And I cannot wait to get back into people's houses. Now, parties is where you can make connections with, so whoever's hosting this party for you, this again is a little bit going back to last night on tapping into people's 150. So let's say your host invites 10 people to your party, to her party. You've then got potential of 10 new customers. Let's say 5 of those people buy from you. You've now got 5 new customers, and you've now got them potentially hosting parties, tapping into their 150. So this is how you network. This is how you grow your network outside of people that you already know. You have a party with someone that you might know, you might not know. Anyone that's, you know, wants to have a party, have that party, and you're now tapping into all of their different connections, and then their friends, you meet their friends, and it goes on and on and on. I love partying for one. This is one of the main reasons. You meet so many new people. I'm not an overly confident person. Watching this, you'll probably think, yeah, okay, I promise you now, I worried all day about doing this live. I'm not, I come across confident. I promise you I'm not. So when I go to a party, how I was worrying today, I would worry about it all the, like throughout the whole day. I'd worry about going, because I'd be thinking, I've got to talk to new people. I've got to try and make conversations. I don't want people to think I'm too salesy, overthinking about what the people might think and everything else. But actually, when I'm there, I love it, because I love sharing Scentsy with people, making connections with people, meeting new people, finding out about people's lives, and seeing people fall in love with Scentsy, because you're not just selling a product, you're selling something because you love it and you know that it's good, and you want to share that with other people. You want other people to join, you want other people to see what it is that you're doing, and, you know, giving other people that opportunity. When I look and think what Scentsy can do for other people, I want other people to experience what I've experienced from Scentsy, life-changing stuff. And that is meeting people at parties. You know that can happen for some people that you come into contact with, making those connections, building relationships. One of the real important things at parties is making sure that when I go to parties, I don't actually do order forms. I just have order books. Now, everybody obviously does things differently, but I make sure that I get their contact details every time. I ask them, do you have Facebook? If they say no or yes, whatever it is, and then I make sure that I get their phone number all day long, because you could add them on social media. You might find the wrong name. You might have took the spelling. I always double check the spelling of their names just in case, especially if it's something a little bit different. But a phone number is the best one-to-one, I think. Obviously, if they've got social media, even when you're at a party, it depends how your party goes. But when you're at a party, if people are sitting there with phones out, say to everybody while you're there, oh, while you're there, go onto my group, add onto my group, bang, you've got potential new people in your group that then can add their networks as well. It's networking all the time. It's growing, it's reaching out to new people, reaching out to people who then can introduce you to other people. You need to be, consistency was mentioned last night. What all these different things that we're advising you to do or giving you ideas of what to do, it has to be consistent. If you're going to advertise sample packs, and you're going to be, you know, when I said about having sample packs ready for when people knock on your door, or, you know, going into groups and commenting and showing it, it's got to be consistent. All the things Lisa talked about, they've got to be consistent when you're doing these things, because if you just advertise once about sample packs and then don't advertise for another 6 months, think of all them people that might not have seen your first post but could have seen your second or your third or your fourth post. It's got to be consistent. You want new customers. I'm going to be honest, I've done this on purpose today. I didn't post on my social media today. I posted once on my Instagram this morning, a story, and then I thought, actually, I'm not going to post at all anywhere. I didn't post in my customer group. I didn't post on my Instagram. I didn't post on my Facebook, on my Facebook stories, my Instagram stories. I didn't post anywhere today. And do you know what? I've had nothing. I've had not one sale. I've not had no customer comment on anything else in my group. I've done it on purpose because I wanted to see because sometimes you do feel like, oh, I'm always posting, but if you don't, you're not going to get that interaction. It's really important that you are consistent, not just posting about Scentsy, posting about everything, posting your life, what you're doing, it's on your stories, in your customer group. You need to be consistent. To get new customers, consistency is key.
Love it.
Yeah, I think it's sort of 9:45.
Okay, so just to wrap up, here's what we want you to do with all of this. We have just given you a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, technically 15, maybe more different things that you can do. I am pretty certain that every single person on here, you have not tried every single one of those things. And if anyone says to me, I've tried all of those and I'm still not successful at it, then it's going to come down to not doing them consistently enough.
Yeah.
As opposed to, there's no way, because not even I've done all of those things.
I haven't.
So this is
I've wrote loads of stuff down.
Yeah, I love it. And so have I. This is what we want you to do, right? So I want you to pick one thing. And this week, you're going to focus on that one thing. So if it's getting sample packs out there, that's what you do this week. Next week, you're going to pick another thing. So next week, it might be that you're going to have a party. You're going to do an online party. You're going to do a face-to-face party. You're going to invite people to your house. You're going to do a party of some description, or you're going to try and get a party. The week after, you might focus on hairdressers, beauticians, nail techs, your Botox lady, your toes lady, whatever, your massage person, people that
It doesn't even have to be someone that you already use. It can be just anyone in your area. There's so many hairdressers, nail salons, beauty places. You know, there's so much potential.
The next week, you're going to focus on referrals, asking people for referrals. The next week, you're going to do maybe ask about product testers. The next week, you're going to look at your social media. And then when you've done that whole list and you've exhausted that whole list, you're going to start the list again. And you're basically going to do one of those every single week. And I want you to action that one thing into your business every single week. One, your customers aren't going to get bored with seeing sample packs every single week. If sample packs is the only way that you network, then your customers are going to be like, for God's sake, like my friends don't want any more sample packs. You need to try something different. You need to try different networking. This is us teaching you how to network. Tan hit the nail on the head earlier today. She said to me, networking's either within you or it's not. You've either got to learn it as a skill and you've got to make it become a consistent skill. Like for me, I've told this story before, but when I straighten my hair, I always forget to put my hair straighteners away. I had to make it a habit. So I made a point of setting an alarm every time I did my hair, put your hair straighteners away at the end. Now it's a habit to put my hair straighteners away every single day. You need to build networking into your business to be a habit to grow your business consistently. And if it's not a habit, like it's not a habit in my business, this should be a priority, because without new customers, you won't get new teamies. Without new customers, you're not going to hit 2,000 PRV, 3,000 PRV, even maybe over 500 PRV. Without new customers, you're not going to reach out past your friends and your family. So this should be like a priority in your business, over the top of having joint conversations, over the top of anything else. You need to be bringing in people. And it all comes back to Tan's very first point last night, where she said you need to set a goal and you need to know how many new people you need to bring into your business every single month. For me, I try and aim at 10%. So I look at all of my customers, and if I've got 60 customers, my plan is that I need 6 new customers a month. If by next month I've got 70 customers, I need to bring in 7 each month. And that's not just adding 7 people to my customer group. That's 7 people that I'm actually getting to know, building a relationship with. Okay. You could have a customer group that's got 6,000 people in it and you still have a really small business. My customer group has got 1,600 people in it, right? 1,600 people. Probably, I would say 1,500 of them, maybe 1,400 of them are either not watching, not answering, not seeing my posts, or I've got another consultant. They're just in there floating around.
Yeah.
So good hardcore 100 of them probably are my customers that come back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's just food for thought for you to think about. And more than anything, you need to give every single one of these new people aftercare. And by aftercare, build the relationship, make sure you're spoiling them, make their orders look beautiful, make sure that they post it everywhere, get them to post about you everywhere, build a relationship, get to know their kids, not get to know their kids, but get to know about their lives, get to know their dogs, get to know their, and build, as soon as you've got the new customer, build the customer service. Okay, I'm done. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Tomorrow night, we hopefully will have Claire Watson, Laura Bynes and Laura Silkins joining us, and you're going to get tips from all the SSDs. So you're going to get even more tips. They might even just repeat stuff that we've said, but hopefully you're going to get a feeling of, you know what, that's what works. And that's the bottom line of it. Even if you hear the same thing from all 5 of us, you're going to see that's what works. So
the same, yeah, so I was going to say, same thing is just consistency of, you know, all doing the same thing. It's obviously working, so definitely do it.
It's been amazing. I've loved tonight. It's been brilliant. So thank you for all joining us. It's giving up your time as well, which is, and it is late, I know. So right, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.